Yeah.
If Ambrose had won it, it would have been the whole feud over and done with.
But no. No. It's going to be going on for another month or so. Probably until Great Balls of Fire. Even with the theme song.
Yeah, I did see the preview. Right, yeah.
Yeah. You can hear the enthusiasm. This is the Extreme Rules 2017 review.
And let's start off in traditional fashion with
I love this part.
the pre-show, which we didn't watch.
We never do.
I think the last one I sort of watched was the Rumble.
Yeah. With Gallows and Anderson. They shouldn't be on the pre-show.
No.
But what do we have on this pre-show? I know it's an epic match.
Wow, epic doesn't even cover it, man. We've got Callisto versus representing the brand.
Oh dear.
Apollo Crews. Yeah, from what I gather, this match was going along so-so, and then Apollo Crews started arguing with Titus.
Oh, great.
And then Callisto hit his finisher on Apollo Crews to pick up the victory.
Wow, they gave him 9 minutes 40. That's quite a long time for a pre-show match.
Yeah, don't know what this means, if anything, but yeah, Callisto beat Apollo Crews.
It means the brand is failing again. On to the show, the real show.
Yeah, we started off with the Intercontinental title match.
Yes.
Between The Miz and Dean Ambrose.
With the stipulation being if Dean got disqualified, the belt would pass over.
So yeah, this match wasn't too bad. Seemed to go on for a lot longer than what I'd hoped.
Yeah, they got 20 minutes.
So yeah, funny enough though, at some point they did try and do a tactic that you called in the preview and predictions.
Yeah, I was shocked at that. It didn't work though.
No, Maurice was up on the apron and that, and then Miz turned around, hit me, what? Hit me, woman. And then she slapped him across the face. And then Dean turned around, whoa, no, this ain't happening.
No.
Sam's favourite part, come along. You! Out of here.
Oh, Maurice was ejected from ringside. Which was just awesome.
Although, she didn't really actually go.
No, she just sort of walked up the ramp.
Yeah, while still shouting and hollering at the ref.
But no, the ref wasn't buying it. He went, no, I see what you're doing.
Right. Yeah, the match was so-so, to be honest.
And then it had a really strange ending. I mean, really strange. I mean, the Miz threw the ref. What was it? No, he threw Ambrose into the ref.
Yeah.
Knocked the ref out of the ring.
Yeah, and then the ref was... and then Ambrose was begging and pleading with the ref, do not disqualify me. He chucked me into you. And then with that, he got off of the... I think he was on the middle turnbuckle or something. And then as he got down, Miz hit the skull crushing finale. And then, yeah, the ref all of a sudden ran back into the ring and counted the pinfall.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to suffer yet another month of Dean Ambrose versus The Miz.
I'm just disappointed we have to suffer The Miz as champion again. The 7th time he's held the Intercontinental title.
I'm getting scared. He's catching up with Jericho.
Yes, Jericho leads on 9.
So, yes. Woo. Another month of Miz and Ambrose.
Great.
And then when you think things couldn't get any better, or they could, we had a mixed tag team match. Rich Swann and Sasha Banks versus Noam Dar and Alicia Fox.
The Plastic Scotsman.
Oh, dear Lord, where do you even start with this one?
Well, looking at the times, they obviously didn't have high hopes for it, and neither did we.
No. I mean, the biggest question is, what are they doing?
I don't know. This whole feud is just, well, it's going nowhere.
No, I mean, what a waste of the boss.
I mean,
such a pointless rivalry.
It started off with Rich Swann wanting to get revenge on Noam Dar for Cedric Alexander.
Yeah.
And now it's just turned into, well, this.
See it. But you won't be shocked to know that Rich Swann and Sasha Banks ended up picking up the victory.
Which was very surprising, and I'll tell you why. We've all spoken about the curse of your hometown. Rich Swann won in his hometown.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Which is the first time it's happened since, well, I can't tell you when, because it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yes, because we've got another pay-per-view coming up shortly, and someone in his hometown is challenging for the title.
Oh dear.
But more on that when we get onto the SmackDown side of things.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord. It pains me to say this, but you thought the last match was crap. Wait until you hear this.
Well, this match to me was just weird.
It was awful. It was utterly awful. I've got no other words to say it. We're moving on to the Raw Women's Championship match. Kendo stick on a pole match.
Gee.
Alexa Bliss defending against Bayley.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what to pin this down to. Poor booking, but yeah, you wouldn't expect it, but this match was garbage.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. The whole point of this match was they were building up to, will Bayley finally get extreme and use the kendo stick? She finally got it and didn't do it.
No.
Did nothing with it.
They buried Bayley in this match. Alexa Bliss had pretty much all of the offense in this match.
This was pretty awful. I mean, well, it's got to be the shortest match of the night. 5 minutes 10.
Yeah, pretty much.
And let's be honest, and Bayley even hit her finisher twice.
Yeah.
And didn't even go for the pin. It's just bemusing to me. I mean, I watched it and I was shocked at how short it was and how little offense Bayley got in.
Yeah.
Because she just got hammered.
Well, we're only the third match in on the card, and the pre-show match was longer than 2 of the 3 matches on the card already.
This was just a non-match. I mean, I'm not sure if Bayley has pissed someone off backstage. But let's be honest, this was a burial.
Yeah, it was an awful match. There's no other way of saying it.
They built up to Bayley using the kendo stick and she didn't do it.
No.
And then she took, 8 or 9 kendo stick shots?
Yeah, and then they thought of the genius idea. Let's post a picture of the damage on the website afterwards.
1 DDT. And that was it.
Poor showing.
Yeah, I mean, for the so-called women's revolution, this has done nothing for it.
Yep.
So, yeah, and that's all we're going to say on that one.
Yep.
Right, on to one of the matches that could have potentially been a highlight.
Yep.
The Tag Team Championship match.
Guinness and Bar fights. Or the Bar.
The Bar.
As they're going as now.
Oh, jeez.
And they were facing off against... Damn it! Damn it!
We can't do that.
No. I'm talking about the Hardys. And of course it was a steel cage match.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to pick this part of the match slightly straight away. It pisses me off how much the WWE officials pick and choose when to change rules or all of a sudden say they apply again whilst the match is going on. Yeah. Rather weirdly, fairly early on, Jeff Hardy escaped the cage.
He did.
Cesaro tried to pull him back over the top of the cage, and he was just like, screw it, let him go.
Yeah.
And Matt got a bit of offense in, but then obviously inevitably the 2-on-1 factor then came into place. I want to try and say as well, it winds me up at times how poorly some of these people sell moves.
Yeah, there's a bit.
There were times where, like, Cesaro and Sheamus were stone cold out of it.
Yep.
Completely knocked out. Then, like, Matt would start climbing the cage, and all of a sudden, oh my god, Superman moment. He's back up out of nowhere, running up the cage and pulling Matt Hardy back down.
Yeah, they need to go and rewatch SummerSlam 94 for a decent cage match.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that got me, there was a moment in the match where both Sheamus and Cesaro were down, and Matt could have just walked out the door, and it would have been match over.
Yeah.
But he went back and started beating them up some more.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
Yeah, and I think I can picture as well one of the other moments that stuck out for me. They had Cesaro and Sheamus the other side of the ropes, and they basically hit poetry in motion on both of them, one after the other.
Yeah.
Then again, both knocked out, and both Matt and Jeff were climbing up to the top of the cage, and then all of a sudden, boom, Superman moments that they've sprung up, they're on their feet, and they're running up the cage. It was a weird match for me personally.
Another one. In cage matches can end by pinfall and submission as well.
Yeah, but
so why was it established that this one you had to leave it? There was no pinfall or submission.
Yeah, this was never actually clarified. The commentators just told us it whilst the match was going on. And it was just like, right, okay.
I mean, it would have taken 5 seconds on Raw for one of the Hardys to say, yeah, we picked the match stipulation and you can only win it by escape. And then it would have been done.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and then moving on towards the end of the match, we had a classic Jeff Hardy moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd had enough of seeing Matt taking a beat down. He climbed back to the top of the cage, and then he done his awesome, is it technically 450? Yeah, about 450 spinning splash.
I think they call it the whisper in the wind.
Yeah, they oh, ridiculous.
Oh, he's been calling that for years now. But yeah, it did look pretty impressive.
Yeah, and then again, going along with the flow, we then got informed Jeff Hardy's back in the match. He's got to re-escape from the cage.
Another excellent use of the rules.
So yeah, and then from what I can remember, there was a silly thing right at the end where sort of like all four of them were down. Then all of a sudden, Cesaro and Sheamus, Superman moment, sprung up, started climbing the cage, and then Matt got his composure together, started dragging Jeff along the ring, trying to escape. And then, literally a matter of like 2 seconds, Matt was already out, but Jeff wasn't quite, and Cesaro and Sheamus, the other side of the cage, just stepped down before Matt managed to get Jeff out.
Yeah, they tried doing the whole picture finish of who escaped first, when it was blatantly obvious that Cesaro and Sheamus had hit the floor first.
Yes. So,
but it was just the whole Jeff thing. It's confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it once you're out, you're out? That's it. You can't re-enter.
No, that's it.
So technically, Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
They just make it up as they go along.
It's a confusing cage match.
There's no other way of saying it. So yeah, really confusing, and really, fair enough. I'm happy with the Hardys losing the title. It's only going to go on for so long, but
Yeah.
really, Sheamus and Cesaro.
Yeah, no one wanted to see them champions again.
They're going along with this ridiculous thing of they are the bar.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't even put them. I'd make a fairly decent argument they're potentially not even in the top 5 tag teams.
I don't think they are. Well, if we're talking tag teams overall, then they wouldn't be in the top 5 at all.
No, but again, they're wasting this sort of stuff on Cesaro and Sheamus, and then they've got likes of Enzo and Cass and Gallows and Anderson just basically sitting in the background doing F all.
Yeah, Raw's tag team division is a mess.
And only a matter of time before the revival come back.
Yeah, they're due to come back any moment now.
Because I struggle to remember who's who, but obviously one of them's out injured at the minute.
Oh, hold on. I think it's Dawson who had his
Yeah.
jaw wide.
Yeah.
And Dash Wilder is the bold one.
Yeah.
With the awful sideburns.
So yeah. And then moving on, we had the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match, which was a submission match.
Now this, for me, I'm not sure if it was for you, but this was match of the night for me.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it was really good. I just get frustrated with how they're booking the cruiserweight division.
What do you mean, the 3 or 4 cruiserweights that they actually do care about?
Yeah, not only that, it's just sort of like they're just building Neville up to be this humongous, unbeatable character. And it's just sort of, really?
It's so that when the person does come along that does knock him off, and it will happen,
Yeah.
it's going to give them one hell of a boost to have beaten this unbeatable champion.
But the problem is, unless they're going to bring in someone new, who's it going to be? I was fully expecting it to be Austin Aries at some point.
It could still happen. Like, I think it's going to be Gargano eventually.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Him or Ciampa.
Because, well, with no DIY anymore and Ciampa being out injured, it's the perfect opportunity to put Gargano in the Cruiserweight division.
Yeah, it definitely makes good argument. So
You got a SummerSlam match right there.
yeah. So going back to the match. So both wrestlers got a lot of offense in.
Well, like it because it was a submission match that you could tell that they were targeting certain body parts, and there were a few different submissions thrown out.
Yeah,
We saw a figure 4 leg lock.
yeah.
We saw a sharpshooter,
We did.
and they built up to their different submissions. Aries targeted the neck, Neville targeted the back.
Yeah.
And the ending of the match, I thought, was just well done.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Aries was struggling to his feet. Neville hit the red arrow on his back.
Yeah.
And then immediately went for the submission.
Yeah, it wasn't very long before he was submitting.
But one thing is, you couldn't actually see Aries tap out because of the camera angle.
Yeah.
The ref rang the bell and we were like, did he tap out?
Mm.
And it was only when they showed the replay that you
Yeah.
saw Aries tap out.
Yes.
Now, for me, simply because of maybe I'm a sucker for classic matches, and it had a proper finish, no BS. That's to me why this was match of the night.
Yes.
But on to the main event.
Yes, we must stress as well, only 6 matches on this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they didn't hit the 3-hour mark either.
No.
I think in total the show was about 2 hours 40. something like that.
Yeah, that was about right.
Yes. Fatal 5-way Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
To be fair, for my liking, it wasn't really all that extreme.
No, I had a similar problem. With it being called Extreme Rules, I expected anarchy.
Yeah.
Tables, ladders.
And to be fair, the wrestlers involved as well, they all have a bit of hardcore and extreme side to their style of wrestling, and yeah.
What did we see? We saw a chair.
Yeah.
We saw some steps. And that was about it.
Yeah. So, yes. So, of course, if you don't already know, 5 wrestlers in this match to determine who will be facing Brock at WWE Great Balls of Fire.
Oh my god. Worst pay-per-view name ever.
For the Universal Championship, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and the Leader of Worlds, Bray Wyatt.
And what I liked about this was there was a certain unpredictability about it. Because
Yeah.
any one of the 5 could have won it. And you'd gone, yeah, fine, fair enough.
Yeah. Match started off a bit predictably for me, though. See, Seth was scrapping with Samoa Joe, and Finn was sort of there with Bray fighting, and then Roman was just sort of like just walking around going, yeah, fine, sod it. I'll just let him go at it. I'll just sit here and do nothing.
Yeah.
He did get involved after a couple of minutes, but yeah.
And I like the alliance between Bray Wyatt and Samoa Joe.
Yes, that was slightly surprising.
Which didn't take long to break down.
No.
Well, they were outside the ring and Seth went to go flying through the middle ropes and Bray pushed Samoa Joe into the way.
Yeah.
And then when he ran back in the ring, Samoa Joe was like, what was that all about? What'd you do that for? It's quite funny.
Yeah, I think at some point or other, all 5 had their own individual spots and whatnot where they had moments to shine. Unfortunately, we had the incredibly predictable and incredibly overused Roman spearing someone through the barrier.
It's been done a lot this year.
Of course, so this time he speared Samoa Joe and I believe it was Finn through the barrier
at the same time.
Yeah, but yeah, I know obviously at times it's difficult and a bit hard, but try and liven it up a bit. Don't use stuff so often. It's just been overdone so many times with Roman spearing someone through the barrier.
Yep.
Which, by this point in the year, we're just sort of like, how weak are these barriers? They get broken on a monthly basis.
Well, yeah, that's essentially this era's Spanish announce table. But even that went down.
It did.
Bray Wyatt was laying on top of it and Seth did his splash, which just sunk it.
Yeah.
And it looked like he messed his knee up again.
Yeah. You did get that sort of idea from it, didn't you?
But other than those 3 spots, there really wasn't a lot of extreme stuff in it.
No, there really wasn't.
I mean, the ending was pretty fast-paced.
Yeah. So, yeah, but, yeah, in the end, though, I called it.
He did? He called it.
Samoa Joe picking up the victory with, well, sort of Finn submitting to the coquina clutch.
He passed out.
Yeah.
But and this is another problem I have. It used to be, when someone looked like they passed out, they would raise the arm 3 times.
Yes, thank you. I picked up on that straight away.
But this time it was 1?
Yeah.
It was 1 time. It was like, nope, he's out. That's it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Samoa Joe with the win.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens on Raw with Samoa Joe.
Yes, we will.
And that was Extreme Rules. If I gotta be bluntly, just blunt with this, I'd probably have to give this 5 or a 6
It was low.
for an event. Yeah, it wasn't amazing, and just some of the booking for some of the matches just made no sense at all.
Yes, too much bad booking and rules that are made up on the fly.
So we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. Moving forward to Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, terrible.
Which has only been made worse considering the theme song for it is now Jerry Lee Lewis. Great Balls of Fire.
It's terrible.
So yeah.
Radio from your hosts, the master of the brain damage,
Martin.
and the one and only Sam H. We'll see you again for the next one.
Out of here.